This episode of Android Q&A is brought to you by Citrix Go to Assist, the #1 global market leader in remote support. Boy, how things can change. You have HTC One, known for its premium quality and innovative design. On the other hand, you have Samsung, known for its repetitive and ho-hum design. But boy, did that change on a dime this week. While the HTC One M9 is mostly a refresh of the M8 design, the Galaxy S6 sees a much more noticeable push forward in aesthetic. Of course, design is only one part of the picture here. There's also the specs and features both phones are packing, and the list goes on. So what exactly are tech publications and web users in general saying about the two phones? HTC is falling under some pretty harsh criticism for sticking to the overall design of the M8 with its new One M9. Both from everyday folks on the web and from some tech publications as well. While some of this criticism might be a bit unfair, considering HTC has at least somewhat polished the design, it's a pretty minor step forward, and the kind we'd typically expect from one generation of the Galaxy S family to the next, not an HTC One. Listen to some of the criticism. No optical stabilization, 1080 screen, pictures look terrible, new HTC flagship, just a new processor? Doesn't look attractive to me as a 2015 flagship phone. So basically the only thing is a new camera and the ill-performing Snapdragon 810. But Engadget did have good things to say. They loved the metal chassis and the feel in the hand they said was better than the M8. And this came from the comment section at AndroidAuthority.com. I could care less if it doesn't have a 2K display. 1080p and a Snapdragon 810 will make this phone fly. Now I want to hold my final judgment until I see Josh's full review, but it should be said that all manufacturers try and maximize profit from each innovation. So for example, HTC might have a whole lab full of awesome features and innovations to add to their phone. So why don't they put it on every phone at each new release? Well, they're trying to maximize the profit from each innovation. If they added features every possible time, it would just become very cost prohibitive. Manufacturers do this for cars, Apple does this, Samsung does this. They have iterative approaches. So you might see the same type of phone for 2 or 3 years, and then the 4th year you see a big jump. It's not uncommon. Not good for consumers, but it maximizes profit for manufacturers. Now moving on to the S6 and the S6 Edge, and it turns out that a lot of media publications had very positive things to say about the S6, including both The Verge and Android Authority. But some viewers were not happy, and here's why. No removable battery, no SD card slot? Come on, Samsung, you gotta be kidding me. And it turns out that a lot of you felt that way. That was the dominant theme in our comment section, but it turns out that some of you did have some insightful thoughts on the flip side. It's 2015. Cloud storage and streaming are a way better option than SD cards. SD cards were great when high-speed data wasn't plentiful and cloud storage was weak. Swapping batteries is so 1990. We have way better battery tech now. Now, in my mind, we have to make up our mind. We can't have it both ways. We can't have both a unibody metal chassis and a removable battery. I think the reality is removable battery is going the way of the dodo bird. So good on you, Samsung. The hype seems to be somewhat justified and the phone looks great. But I wanted to talk about a book, this one, called The 22 Immutable Laws of Marketing. It is a classic, still much referred to today. But you're thinking, Jayce, what does a marketing book have to do with a smartphone? Well, in this case, a lot. Because one of the basic laws of this book that has been proven over decades is that when one brand is competing with another brand, the competing brand shouldn't try and copy the first brand. So, is Samsung trying to create a better iPhone? Because the reality is the iPhone is the leading smartphone. And it looks like that's what Samsung's trying to do, create a better iPhone. But that's not how Samsung came to be so dominant in the past 5 years. Remember their ad where they tried to suggest that the iPhone was your mom's phone?
Hey!
Hey, Mom, Dad.
Oh, thanks for holding our spot.
That's where they saw some real movement, not trying to copy Apple. And it looks like maybe that's what Samsung's trying to do now. As you can see here, most of you seem to love the phone. So what do you guys think? I like the fact that they didn't go phablet size to 5.2 or 5.3. They're sort of one-handed devices. But is this your next smartphone? Let me know in the comments below. Now, I'm sure you geeks out there have had that moment where you're on the phone with a coworker trying to help them with a tech problem. but it never goes pretty. This is where Citrix can ease your frustration with GoToAssist remote support. You can provide live or unattended support to any computer or mobile device. Screen share with employees to diagnose and fix their support problems faster and more effectively. And use GoToAssist apps to deliver support anytime, anywhere from your iPhone, iPad, or Android device. Sign up today for a 30-day free trial. No contract, no credit card needed. Visit GoToAssist.com and click the Try It Free button now. And if you purchase a GoToAssist annual plan before March 31st, you'll get a free Samsung Galaxy Tab 4 as well. So yeah, I'll admit it, I'm a little bit tempted to bite the bullet and buy the Galaxy S6 as my new phone, but I also got my hands on an Xperia Z3 Compact. Wow. What a gorgeous phone. Let me know which one you would choose. I really prefer one-handed operation. Tell me what you think on Google Plus or Twitter. You don't want to forget about my brothers in Android, Josh, Joe, and the Tech Ninja, Kevin, Lonnie, Chris, Gary, Nash, and Taylor, all working super hard to deliver the best Android content on the web. I shall see you next week on Android Q&A.